Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and we are going to be having a look at a puzzle to commemorate the sad loss of one of our viewers' dogs lately. I'm so sorry to hear that Milky passed away. Milky was born in 2009, hence the 9 cage, died in this year, 2023, a few days ago. Hence was 14 years old, and those numbers are commemorated in this puzzle along with a big red heart and Milky's name, M-I-L-K-I, spelt out in the Renban lines in the puzzle. Very many commiserations to Leor, also known as I Love Sleeping, but thank you very much for sending the puzzle. I'm looking forward to giving it a go. In honor of Milky, who, as I say, sadly no longer with us, but much missed, I understand. So that will be the puzzle today. There is a knight's move constraint if you're thinking of jumping to the puzzle. And what are the grey lines? The grey lines are all the king's move. So there is actually a king's move constraint apart from where the grey lines appear. So intriguing. We'll have a look at that in a moment. It's not quite like any puzzle I've seen before. Certainly not like any tribute puzzle, but we're delighted that it's been sent in. So thank you very much to Leor, or I Love Sleeping, for that. We all love sleeping, don't we? Anyway, we'll be having a look at that in a moment. But first of all, a quick mention of the lines and shapes hunts going on Patreon at the moment. We have lines in this one as well, of course. And a line app coming out, we believe, later this month. We seem to be on track for that at the moment. And don't forget that the prize for that is the cap in our merchandise, the logo cap with the octagon logo on it. No, it's a hexagon logo. I keep getting that wrong. And also there are links to all our apps, to Sven's SUDOKU PAD, and the catalogue of all our puzzles under the grid. But yeah. Anyway, let's have a look at the rules of this puzzle, because there are quite a few. So, normal Sudoku rules apply, 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Now, a purple line contains a set of consecutive digits in any order. Non-repeating was in the original instructions. I don't understand. I've seen occasional discussion on how you could have repeating lines within a set of consecutive digits. I don't really see that. A set of consecutive digits is a set of... I don't see how that can include a repeating digit. Even in a mathematician's tortured definition, I don't get that. Anyway, it couldn't in this puzzle. I've just realised each Renban is confined within a cage, and normal Sudoku rules would refuse that. Now, digits along the red heart alternate between even and odd, so it's a parity alternation line around the red heart. Digits may not repeat in any cage. Now, the 09 cage is not a sum. That is a look and say cage. So there are 0 9s in that cage because it says there are 0 9s in it. The other 2 cages do show their sums. No repeats in them. They're normal killer cages. Cells that are a knight's move apart cannot contain the same digit, so those 2 are a knight's move apart and couldn't have the same. Cells that are a king's move apart do contain the same digits if there's a grey line, and don't if there is no grey line between them. So all the king's moves are marked by grey lines. There we go. That is the puzzle to commemorate Milky. I am going to give it a go now, so let's restart the clock and say, let's get cracking. Right, where do we get started on this? This M has 7 digits on it. They must include 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the other digits in the box must be from 1 to 8 or 9. That's not really thrilling. These cage totals aren't anywhere we can begin, I don't think. There must be a 5 on that 5-length Renban, and on this one. None of that's getting me very far at all. I don't know quite what I'm meant to be seeing here. So maybe the grey lines, they're not all X's, but the grey lines are showing repeat digits effectively. There's a triple repeat there. That's a grey line. I don't think there are grey lines completely hidden under the red. That would be tough if there were. I mean, in theory, that could be a grey line hidden under the red. I don't think that is the case. Right, I don't know quite what to do about this. I'm going to have to think of something a bit cleverer. 09s in the 09 cage. That's not very interesting. The 23 cage. I mean, these digits are all again represented here. Oh, those are sort of big old X-wings then. Yeah, I think we have to start with the grey cells somehow. So in rows 6 and 7, I can see that we've got... Okay, let's mark up the heart. Let's start at the heart with one colour in green and the other colour in purple. And colour here, I'm talking about the parity, because the heart alternates in terms of parity. Now, the grey lines join identical digits, so a number of other cells become clear in terms of what their parity is. This might be interesting, actually. Those are green, that's green. Now, what I'm first of all, I may have missed some, I don't know. What I'm first of all noting is 4 purples in box 8. Oh, I don't know. Or 2 greens on this Renban. The Renban must contain 3 of one colour and 2 of another to be consecutive. So at least one of these 2 is purple. Now, I don't know, it might be worth actually marking individual digits by colour. It's an interesting puzzle. I don't know quite how to go about it at all. If purple is even, these are the 4 evens down here. Now that means that is a set of 4 evens. That would have to be one of those 2. I can't see how this quite gives us an entry and a full entree into the puzzle. Maybe it's worth thinking about the fact the 23 cage is an odd number. So I think it must either have 1 odd digit or 3 in that case. And therefore, it has 3 cells of one colour and 1 cell of the other. At least we're thinking about something now. So if it was 1 green and 3 purple, we'd be marking a lot of purple up here. And purple in column 6 would have to be the odd numbers. And that would be purple as well. Everything would become purple. Now, what does that mean? This might mean something. Come on, let's carry on thinking about this. You'd have all 5 purples marked. Everything else would be green and even in the columns if there were 3 purples in the 23 cage. Now, the alternative is that there are 3 greens. And that is going to take the total of greens in the 2 columns, which is already at 4. Once you put 2 more in this cage, there's at least 2 more cells to colour in that colour. That would be 8 greens in the 2 columns. Now that hasn't quite stopped them potentially being even. It's really tight though. It's getting very difficult for there to be 3 evens in the 23 cage. That's what I'm sort of trying to rule out at the moment. I mean, it's not a huge conclusion even if I manage to make it, but it would be something. I don't think I can make that conclusion. That's annoying. But digits don't repeat in cages. How do I use that? Well, okay, here's another thought. How could this be green? Because that would be the same digit in green, and that green digit would have to appear here in box 8. This would have become purple. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I can see that there might be a constraint somewhere. Some repeated digit might be very difficult to do. I mean, that is quite an interesting place for the repeated digit because it must appear in those 3 cells. But it could be green and there. Three greens and a purple, or 3 purples and a green in this box. So let's think again about 3 purples and a green, because that would take the number of purples in the box up to a full 10. Purple would definitely be odd. Yeah, this was definitely the right thing to do, was to colour the heart, but I could wish that it had actually yielded something a bit more. It's very close to telling me something about the puzzle, and it's not doing it. Oh, here's another thought. If the rest of this cage was purple, those 3 digits are all different from each other by killer rules. And yet they can't be the same digit that's going there or there, because they would be ruled out of the cage. Right, whatever digit is here, or here, or here, even in the green, is ruled out of this 23 cage. That's interesting. Okay, and there are connections from this 9 cage, so that nothing that it touches with a grey cell can be a 9 any more than a 9 can go in the cage. So none of those cells I've highlighted can be a 9. What does that mean? It's really interesting. It doesn't seem to mean anything to me. It just slightly extends the field over which I'm trying to avoid 9s. No, it's got to be about this 23 cage and what can and can't be in it. There are 4 different digits in it, and they repeat here and here. So they can't repeat again in the columns anywhere. And the rest of the columns are 5 different digits and their repeats. And we can see where 3 of those repeats happen. The other places are here. And that's quite interesting. That sort of reveals something to me. Since they can't be the same, that one repeats in this column there. I don't know how to, I mean, I've got to go to letters, haven't I now? I'm going to do it. Why not? Yeah, let's do that. So let's put A in those 2 cells, because I have discovered that weird repetition. B, let's call this C, and this D. We've got these repetitions all the way up the column in various places. F, G. I mean, I don't know, this isn't going to be able to spread into the other columns, so it may be pointless to letter these. But it seems to be the columns, well, I was going to say the columns with the most repeats, but hang on, there's quite a lot of repeats in these columns, 3 and 4. So, allowing these to be totally different meanings of the letters, I'm going to label those that I can find. A, B, C, D, E, no, there's not one there, F there, G there. Right, there are 2 more, H and I. They can't be together at the top. So that is H, they're the same. And these 2 are I, and that will be I as well. That's an interesting little bunch of cells together. Right, they're going to get a colour because they're more interesting than anything else. Now, they're certainly not the same as these eyes over here. But that eye can't be here because it would also be there. So it's in one of those 2 cells. Oh, the Knight's move. What am I did, 12 minutes in, I'd forgotten the Knight's move and how important it potentially is. Although I don't know how I can apply it. But I bet there's a way. Now, see, where can't I be in this column? And the answer is in any of those rows, or indeed A or B. So none of those are I in this column. Oh, nor's D, because it's in box 5. Oh, that's really interesting. Right, I'm going to get rid of all of these colours, all of these letters, they're letters. Bye-bye letters. And we're going to start with the letters in columns 3 and 4 and look at where I can go in columns 5 and 6. And bearing in mind that that is the same as that, and that is the same as that. Now, none of those can be I. Nor in row 2, nor in row 3, nor in row 4, nor in row 5, which is connected to row 4, nor in box 5, which has an I in already. So, in column 6, one of these 2 is an I, and therefore I is purple. So we can colour yellow as purple as well. And now we've got, oh, that's a pity, 2 purples and 2 greens on the 5 cell line. Don't tell me it doesn't do anything, because it was quite an exciting find, that. I has to be in one of these 2 cells. Oh, that's H as well. I only just spotted that gets over there. So, this can't be H. Neither of these greens can be C. So that H is green. Sorry, I only just noticed that too. Do we stick out of this column? Only there. Yeah, okay, we've done that. What does this mean? Is this the way to solve the puzzle at all? I have no idea. No idea. But I'm getting more and more interested in this now. So, 3 purples in that column, 3 in this column. The 14 cage has got either 3 or 1 even numbers and 0 or 2 odds. That's not doing anything at the moment. We've got 3 greens in the central box. We just don't know about D because that central line is not telling us. It's got 2 of each. It's achieved its balance already. Oh, we've got a green line coming up to here because that is the same as that. Oh, maybe that is something important to think about. What are these letters? They're all the same. They're not A, B, I, C or D because they see them in the same rows. They are E, F, G or H, but they're not E or G, which are purple. So these are either F or H. Knight's move? Is the knight's move doing something in this puzzle that I can't see? I'm gonna label these as either F or H. No, I should do them in the center of the cell. They are either F or H. D is in one of these two cells. C is green and is in one of these two, therefore. So in the final column, one of those is C. This is not going to get me anything, is it? I don't think so. And it's all about rows and columns with lots of connections between them. But I don't think row 3 and 4, rows 6 and 7 have enough to really get the juices flowing about the number of connections. Oh, goodness. Right, if that was... Keep remembering the knight's move, because you never know when it's going to matter. The trouble is with my pencil marking is that they're sort of certainties. Yeah, maybe in these columns I should mark them in the middle of the cell, so I can understand that where I've got uncertainty about where a letter is, then I'm putting it in the corner marks. Wow, I'm really not finding this puzzle in any way breakable into. So let's just, let's get rid of all the corner marking there. That's the point of doing that. There we go. Okay, so, and these now can be corner marks instead of center marks. That makes sense to me. Now I can understand what my marking is achieving. So I, which is the yellow cell, don't really need that yellow color anymore, is in one of those two. Now, come on, let's find something looking in somewhere and being restricted by the knight's move. It's difficult. F. If this was F, it's going to have to be in one of those two cells. And that's fine then down here. If this is F, then F is going to have to be here. Then F is going to be in one of these three. We know it's in one of those two. So if this triple lock is F, we're down to this bunch of positions, and that is F, and that's impossible. Right, this group of cells can't be F for the very simple reason that in row 7 there is nowhere then for F to go except there, which would break because it would be another one in box 6. So that is not F. This group is an H. Well, I mean, I've discovered something. Hurrah! Now, what else can I do about H? I've got H's here, so that is 5 H's in the puzzle. H in box, yes, I can do H in box 8. It's got to be here. And then H in box 9 has to be here, and I can colour that. And there can't be, there's 2 more. Oh, I've got H in box 2, so I just need to write the H in box 1. There it is. Ooh, what happened there? I don't know. But anyway, H there. There we go. So that's all the H's done, thanks to that triple set. Now, there have to be at least 2 more green digits, along with H and C. And they're selected from A, B, D, and F. So either 2 or 3 of A, B, D, and F are green. I don't know, I mean, that was so hard fought in itself and entirely depended on this trio, which actually saw quite a lot of real estate in the puzzle. I don't know what we do next. Should I be thinking about one of these pairs? I probably should. Let's try that one, which can't be A, B, I, or H. Is that all that's restricted off it? Because that leaves a lot of possibilities. It is. I mean, there's nothing better than that to say. That's infuriating. Right. Okay, where does D go in this row? That's slightly interesting. Because D can't be here. Because it would also be here. Oh, okay, what is on this grey line? That's better. It can't be C, D, E, H in box 4 or A, B, I in row 3. So it's either F or G on that line. Now, which one is it and how would I know and how does it help if I do know? Somebody tell me, please. I don't know. Okay, here's another thought. Where does C go? Even though it's not looking into these box 8 empty cells, it can't be on a purple cell. So C must be in one of those. Or it can't be there by knight's move. So C is definitely in one of those two. And that means this can't be C. It also can't be H. They're the only two greens I've got marked as definitely green. C also couldn't be here. That's... Well, is that less interesting? Where does C go in... Oh, we've got C... if C was there. Yes, that's the same as that. Okay, this is an important link. These two are the same as each other. Now, what can't they be? Is that this one down here can't be E, F, G, H, or I. Maybe that's not it. How about this one? Can't be A, B, I, H at the top. F. Could it be C? A, B, I. Okay, that's not getting anything done quite. But it probably is these disjoint areas that are the most important bits. I mean, maybe they're looking into the same... Yeah, okay, let's do that again with those two, which are the same. And in box 9, where do they go? Not anywhere there. They can't be H. So this thingy, whatever it is, I'm going to have to give that a totally different sort of sign. I'm going to give it a big old circle. And that goes in one of these two cells. It can't be F, so it goes in one of those two. Now, anything else going on with that? Yeah, that is interesting. Because whatever this is, there we go. Look, it's in box 2. It can't be in any of those cells now. It can't be I because of down here. My goodness. So that circle is either A or B. In box 2, it's one of those. That's weird. Okay, but that's great because it's not C. So this cell down here is A or B. No, not like that. A or B in the corners. There we go. And not C, as is this one, A or B, because that's the same. And now this is where C must be. This is so strange. Right. Now, can I do anything with that? C can't be in those cells. So, in column 7, it's like an X-wing. C must be in one of those and one of those. So in column 7, it's in one of those. And therefore, it's in one of those two. Right. C is up here somewhere. Therefore, it's in one of these two, because that's an X-wing in rows 2 and 3. This takes me a long time. Now, it's on this K Renban. It might or might not be on the M Renban. It's definitely in those. Now, we know the colour of C. C is green. I can mark it here, but everywhere else it's a speculative C. And this green is not C or H. But I don't know what it is. It's not this one, which is A or B. But it can't be D. Could it be F? So it's either the other of A or B, and one of those could be green easily, or it's F. So we are narrowing things down in just a weird way now. Right, let's just keep thinking about this, and finally something will pop loose. Now, apart from this AB cell, which turned out to be very interesting, the other collocation is these two. So let's give them a circle instead. There and there. They're the same in columns 6 and 7. And actually, I've got... What are the remote pairs in columns 3 and 4? They were... I don't know. They were slightly differently set up there. Yeah, I don't know. So we've got... Okay, these circles have to be in one of those 3 cells. In box 3. And they're not H. Right. So they're in one of those 2. And they're in one of those 2 in column 8. And in box 8, they have to be there or there. So, and they can't be F. This circly thing is an E. My goodness, it's taken me ages, hasn't it? I'm sorry. It's just how long it takes sometimes. Those circly things are E. Okay, let's put that in. There, E. Do we know? We do know E's colour. E is purple. Okay, things are finally getting... No, things are not finally getting interesting. They've been interesting throughout, but they're at least getting more manageable now. E is in one of those 2 cells. So at least I can mark E with corner marks now. Now, E is in one of those 4. It's not H. Don't know. I wish I knew which one of those 3 it was. This is either F or G. Is it? Yes. I think I worked out earlier that can't be E. Yes, because it's the same there. So E must be in one of those 2, which is interesting because now it can't be here, and we can definitely mark it in this cell. E there. And purple, of course. So we've got E going on a bit. And there, right now. It's in one of those 2, isn't it? That's what we worked out. And one of these 2. By the knight's move, it can't be... Well, by all sorts, it can't be there. Okay, good. Now, it's either there and there. Ooh, have I been using the negative constraint on the king's move? Have I been forgetting that? That's quite interesting as well. One chess constraint I can remember after 12 minutes. 2 after 29, it turns out. But I don't know if I've been missing the negative constraint on the king's move. Have I penciled in things in king's positions that couldn't be? I don't think I have. I can't imagine I've got there yet. But anyway, E is either there and there or there and there. So E in this central box can't be in those cells, can it? Because that one sees them all. Right, E is in one of those 2, and that's great. That means that's not E, and that means that's not E, and now we've got E here and here. They're definite E's, so I can put them in the center of the cell. That means this isn't an E, and that means this is an E. And have we got all the E's done? Yes, that one sees this cell, so this becomes E. I'm going to put it in the middle and not in the corner. So that pencil marking means this one is either 1, 2, 8 or 9, but is definitely E. And let's colour all these E's purple. What does that do for this? Yes, it stops it being I. So it fixes I. Perfect. So I'm actually glad I left the colouring in there. But I can take out the yellow colouring now. Because I'm getting somewhere with I. E is definitely purple. I is also purple. Now, what does that do for I? Right. I do get to say that that's not I. Oh, well, it's green, but also it's on a king's move. Oh, oh no, one of these two is I. So one of those two is I. So I really didn't get very far with I in the bottom of the grid. Now, does that help? Not really. I is ruled out of those cells. It can't be in that one. That's 3 places I can be in box 6, and that's too many for my taste. Down here, I can't be in any of those, or that, or there. I don't think I can be in any of those. Yeah, that's green, not purple. So I think those are all stopped from being I. So now I is in one of those two. But that doesn't fix which of these it's in. It doesn't get me much further. What is this? This is not D, I, C, or H in its box. It's not G by Knight's move. So it's A, B, or F, and it's purple. And that doesn't tell me whether it's A, B, or F at all. Oh, maybe I should go back to thinking about the colours. I've still only got 4 purples down in this box. 2 greens now. C in this. Oh, C was definitely in one of these two. That's something I noticed and haven't marked. Because it's in one of those two. If it's there, it's there. So it's definitely in one of these two. Now, where is C in column 8? It could be there. It can't be there because of this grey line. It can't be there because of that C. So it's in one of those 3. I don't know what that means. Oh, and look, I've got some Renban situations forming. So H is close enough to I to be on a 3-cell Renban with it. But it's not on this Renban. It's on the one in box 1, but that's less surprising. That just means it's not an outlier. I mean, I comes between, well, I don't know, I suppose this could be D, but I definitely comes between H and C in the sequence of numbers. Right, come on, think of something a bit better. We've got B, C, D, no, C, D, F, and G. We've done nothing with G. C, D, F, and G to think about here. Okay, G is in one of those cells because of this pair of G's, which are the only real G's I've got. That means neither of those are G. That's not G. And G is purple, so it's not there. So one of those two is G, which is quite interesting because that means one of those two is G. It also means they both see that, so that's not G. Now G is either up here or in one of those two, in which case it's also in one of those two. I don't know what that means. I've got possible G there or there. If that was G, that would rule that out from being G, and you'd definitely have a G here. Where would G end up? That's quite a likely G, but where would G end up in box? G would have to be there. No, 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 no. This can't be G. Because G would be there in those positions. And where would you put it in column 6? There's not allowed because of that. Clashing with that as well. Right, these are not, they're not G. They're definitely F. Right, let's have a look at F's. F can't be here for the same sort of reason, that it's not there. So F's now in one of those two. And now we can place F in the central box, and it's on a colour that we know it's there in green. Wow! Okay, F is there. That is the key finding here. F is green. That is another finding that's going to help. F's in one of those two cells. We know that. F can't be there because it would be there. So F is here in box 6, and that's green. Now, F being in one of those two means it's not in one of those two using the knight's move. It's also not here or here. F is here. And that fixes it in box 2. Trying to get my colouring right here because this is vital. I don't suddenly go wrong at this point. Oh look, FF needs to be green. Oh, it's on that grey. Sorry, that was clear. Just quite pleased to see it. Have we got all the Fs done? There they are. They're all in. And they're green. Got 3 green letters. FCH. Got I, E, and G, 3 definite purple letters. Still A, B, and D to decide on that. That's a shame. But we now know that F, H, and I are in a Renban relationship. They're consecutive. Now, F and I are consecutive, but H is not. So F and I are the extreme digits on this one. But I don't know the order, and that doesn't tell me the colour of D. Bother. Yes, I do know the order, because H is green. Then you must have I. You've got to alternate between parities on a Renban. So this Renban goes H, I, F. So I is the extreme digit on the Renban, on this Renban, because H isn't on it. I is the extreme digit. There are 3 purples on it, and D has become purple. Whoa, okay. Okay, now one of these is D, and that means one of these is D. And what does that mean down here? One of these 3 is D. One of these 3 is D. Okay, but how about the colouring? We've got 4 purple and 3 green in this box. And what about the sequencing maybe? We go H, I, F. That's green. Then either D or this digit, which is not C, D, E, F, G, H, I. It's A or B. Do I corner mark that? No, I'm going to centre it. That is A or B. That digit must be here, A or B. That is, I'm not sure. No, I was going to say that's also A or B, but that is purple. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. That's not necessarily where A or B goes. The fact that this cell has to be from A or B does not mean it's the same as that necessarily. Oh, it does though, because that can't be there because of this line, and it can't be there because of the king's move. Okay, it's okay. That is A or B. That is purple. And one of those is purple. Well, that's, yeah, okay. Bingo. One of those is purple, and now we've got 5 purples in this column, and purple is odd. Right. Let's reclassify the purple as orange so I can remember it as odd, and the green as even, or as blue so I remember it as even. Okay, good, good. Come on. We've got 1 even and 1 odd up here, and in a 14 sum we need another odd, which is orange. The 23 sum was going to have 3 of the same colour. I still don't know. Do I? Yeah, I do. We can't have 3 oranges, or we'd have 6 oranges in this column. So it's got 3 blues and 1 orange. That doesn't really help, actually. That was always the most likely. A and B are 1 of each. No. Yes, yes, they are. 1 of each. And this one is the orange one. A, B, H, I, E, F, C, G, and D. So, there's a C, G, and D. That C is up there somewhere. I don't know, maybe I just haven't done enough of some marking. How are we doing on... Oh, that does all the blues. Hang on. How are we doing on Fs? No, it still does all the blues. That's very annoying. Oh, try on this central mark. Right. Now it does the Fs. We've done all the Fs. Probably done all the H's. Yes. Have we done all the C's? No. We've only done 3 of the C's. Can I be better on the C's? One of those two. I don't know. I don't think I can. C there. We've got one of those, 2 of those. The 3 we've marked. That's 5 of the C's. And there's 1 there. I don't think I can improve on that at the moment. That's very frustrating. Okay, so in the odd digits, we've got E's in those positions. And they're all done. D's, oh, rubbish on D's. How about G's? Also rubbish. So although we know all of E, D and G are orange, oh, this is blue because we need 4 blues in the box. So that is whichever of A or B is blue, isn't it? The blues are F, C, H and 1 of A and B. So that is A or B. Now I've got an AB pair. That means this is an ID pair. That means this is an ID pair, and we've got D in one of those cells, so this one's I. Hurrah. Okay. I there, D there, D there. Oh, they've got bigger now. Well, that's probably appropriate. I'm sorry, this is admin heavy stuff, but I'm just gonna big letter these when I know where they definitely are for me. H, E, D, I don't care. This is already a difficult puzzle for me. I don't care that it's taking a bit longer by doing more admin because I just need to be clear about what I'm seeing to solve it. I will be horrified, but as with many videos, it's always possible that someone will say, this was really easy if you just looked at it in a different way. I can't imagine how you would do that with this one, but still. E, F. Right, that's all my definites now. That actually all looks ridiculously clearer to me, and I can immediately see that this blue AB has to go here. See, I couldn't see that before, which is a bit pathetic, but there we go. That's connected there. Now, we said this was 3 blues, this cage is 3 blues and an orange. So that's blue or orange, and this, oh, this was always going to be the same as this cell, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was. That is an orange AB. So there's an orange AB and a blue AB, and we're getting some traction on where they go. This is obviously one of each. Yeah, I do, because that sees that one by knight's move, so that's the B. The blue one is the B. Ooh, what did I just do there? Went to the wrong place. The blue one is the B, the orange one is the A. And now I can colour them up here where the orange one is the A and the blue one is the B for blue. That's good. Now, up the middle we have G and D. I can place those. It's like doing SUDOKU now. G there, D at the top. D is orange. We know that G is orange. We could have done the count in the middle to see that. Now that can't be G by knight's move. So, bingo. G, C. Don't worry, I will get to numbers soon. I've got a D to put into row 2. That's there. G and C are... Oh no, they're not all orange. G is orange. C is blue. That is now a G by the rule. Maybe I haven't been just using the... that's E. Okay, forget these numbers, which were helpful earlier on, but... Well, no, they weren't. I thought they would be helpful, but we'll come back to the idea that they're not on that Renban. I think we might be able to do something different with Renbans when we get going. A and C are there. They're not the same colour. Okay, now I'm feeling a lot better now. E, G, F, H, D, I, B, and C in the bottom row. No, A, B, and I in row 8. Okay, I don't know. One of those is a C, so that's an A, of course. A. Oh, this wasn't... No, okay, I've mismarked them. That's the problem in this row. They're meant to be A and G, but G sees that, so it is A. Fair enough. And A and G are both orange. I think my subconscious was telling me there are 4 blues in that row already, and my brain wasn't ready to accept it. These ones are A and are I, and there is a knight's move getting there. This one is B, I say, which is blue for B, C and G here. I can't see how the knight's move reaches those, but it means this is also C or G on the king's move. And then up this column we've got B to place in the corner. That's B in the corner. That's, oh, where am I? I'm in the wrong mode. Right, B in the corner. That's B in the spot. Light losing its religion. B is blue in the corner. I is orange in that corner. What have we got? B and C in the bottom row. I think I'm right this time, but I can't see how to differentiate them. We need an I in row 8. There it is. These two are A and B. Now, C, G, A, and D in this row. Oh, look, B is fixed. There we go. A there, B there. Up here, we've got C and G. I know the order. This is a D, C, B. Okay, this is stage 1 of the puzzle, is to do this stuff. And that is complete now. Now, let's use those Ren bands. So, we're going odd, even, odd, of course. So, well, even to start with on this string. H, I, F. Then, A or D, C, A or D. Now, E and G are not in that whole group, so they're outsiders. That's annoying. But we've got A, B, C here. Yeah, this is going to do it. So now I'm going to draw a line. We go H, I, F, and handily they are in a line order. So we're going up that way, H, I, F. And that takes us from I to F. Oh, I can't draw that as a line. Okay, I'm just going to have to memorize it or something. We're going H, I, F. Then we've got to go D, C, A, B, so that we can get C, A, B. So B is blue. So we've gone from 2 to 8 in the blues, because, right, B and H are 2 and 8. F and C are 4 and 6. B and H are 2 and 8. So in this cage, we're adding up to 10 here. These have to add up to 13, C and G. Now, how did they feature? We were going H, I, F. We haven't got to... Oh, yeah, well, then we go... A or D, C, A or D. So I don't know whether C is 4 or 6. Got 10 there, 4 or 6 there. G is 9 or 7. But 7 has to be on the Renban here. So G is 9, C is 4. Right, let's do that and see where we get to. G is 9, C is 4. Now, what did that tell us? That told us G was now I think I'm going to be able to use these Renbands still. So we've got 4 onto this one. Oh, and 4 on this one, which was going to go on to B finally. Oh no, B was going to be 2. Yeah, A is 3, B is 2. F is the other. Oh no, F was the middly one, 6. F is 6, H is 8. I is 7 to connect that Renban up. Now, what have we got? We need a 5 on this central Renban, and that gives us D. And here we go. So this cage adds up to 23. This one needs E to be a 1, and that's going to finish the puzzle. And all the Renbans look right. And everything else, and that is correct. Whoa, that was quite tough. I love sleeping, aka Lior. That was quite difficult, but I'm sure a fantastic tribute to your lovely dog Milky. And I'm so sorry that Milky's gone. I hope he left very happy memories for you, and I'm delighted at least that he's inspired this rather excellent puzzle, which was a fascinating solve. Do feel free to post in the comments a better way to go about the whole thing, but I'm happy enough with that. And good luck to everybody out there. Thank you for watching as always, and hope to see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.